What's up, metalheads? Welcome back to She Shreds with Rasan. Today's guest is Markus Lachendro of X Factor 1. He's in the hot seat, and we're digging into everything the band has been working on, new developments, and behind the scenes stories. Just plenty of metal conversations headed your way. So turn the volume knob up. Let's get into it. This is She Shreds with Rasan, featuring Markus Lachendro from X Factor 1. What's up, Ohio? She Shreds with Rasan, and I am here with Markus Lachendro. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yeah, close enough. It's Lachendro.
Lachendro, I'm sorry. Mark
Mhm.
Lachendro, and he is with X Factor 1. They are a band out of Columbus, Ohio, established in 2006. So we're going to talk to them about where they've been, where they're going, some upcoming shows. And I just want to actually just tap into the energy that you seem to have also, Markus. You seem like a
Huh.
very excitable guy that just loves life. So let's see if you can spread some of that while I'm talking with you today. So
I'll
thanks
give it
for
a
being on
shot.
the show.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad that we were finally able to connect. I know we've been talking for a little bit back and forth, and you're only in 50 different bands. So it was, quite a few different choices there before we finally nailed down for X Factor 1.
hmm Oh yeah.
So So what all do you guys have going on currently? I saw that, you've been doing some recent shows recently, and you had a really kick-ass crowd at the last show that you guys had.
Yeah, that was with the X Faces, which is the original members of Mushroomhead. Um
Okay. All right.
that that was yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was a good time. Uh it was sold out all weekend. The energy there was just amazing. Even on a Sunday, I mean, there was more people there on a Sunday than a Saturday, which blew my mind.
Isn't that
But
crazy? That's when you know
yeah,
it's going to be a good show. If, when the crowd is, they're ready, they're amped, they're ready to rock, and it's a Sunday. Nobody cares, it doesn't matter what day
right.
it is. They're there for the
Exactly.
music.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, people were definitely there for the music. And when we got up there, I mean, everybody that played that day, like let's see, on Sunday was yesterday's Hero, which my guys here, love these guys. Um, went up there and just I could feel it in the air. It was great. And when we got up on stage, I don't know what came over me, but yeah, I got a lot of videos from that show. I have to say. Uh, a lot of them, I was like, whoa, that's me. First of all, I thought I sounded scary. And then I was like, and then I seen like all the people there, and I was like, oh shit, this is awesome. I don't know. I made a little video. I put it on like TikTok and Facebook and stuff. Like I literally like took the phone and like put it behind me. Could have swore
Yes.
somebody said, there's Mark. I was like, oh. And then of course, I swore. And I was like, that. I mean, that right there set the tone for the entire night. After we got up on stage, it was like. I felt it. Like I mean, I've literally wanted to jump off the stage. I mean, that's how exciting it was. Like I just wanted to get into the crowd and just get into it. I
Yeah,
mean,
absolutely. I mean, I
we,
totally felt excited for you guys, especially when I saw that clip. I know exactly which one you're talking about. That is enough right there just to know it's going to be a good night and to rock the set.
I mean, like there's times like I think we did a show with Taproot. What was it last October? And there was a clip that I had to where I like jumped up in the air and like landed with this beat. I don't even remember doing that. I have no clue. I mean, I wasn't drunk, I wasn't anything, but that it just felt at the moment that was the right thing to do, and I'm glad I nailed it.
Where was
Because
it
if I
that you
didn't,
played with Taproot?
oh, that was down at the King of Clubs.
Okay.
Yeah, down in
All right,
Columbus.
sweet. And you have a
hmm
show coming up pretty soon in June there, don't you?
Yes, we do. This one is with Van Halen, I believe. Like it's like one of the biggest Van Halen tribute bands in the world,
Okay.
which is
Sweet. Have
pretty
you heard them
cool.
play before? Are you familiar with
I mean, I've heard of
how they
Van
sound?
Halen. I checked them out. Um, I was impressed. I mean, they actually not that they look like them, but they sound just like them. I'm just like, wow. And the
So do
followers
they
they
sound
have,
like David Lee Roth or Sammy?
they have two guys that do both.
What?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
they like alternate? I'm not familiar with them,
I
so
I don't know. It's gonna be a surprise because I don't even know. I'm just gonna be there.
oh
And
wow. Okay.
and then there's all I mean, this it's crazy because I just joined X Factor last year in I'd say July. And
Okay.
I was told, you know, this is a gig, if you like, play music, we're gonna do like, 4 or 5. How did Mr. Q put it? Low maintenance, high energy shows a year. 4 to 5. I was like, okay. Well, I think so far we've got like almost 11 this year. So I'm like, so what's changed? He's like, well, I mean, if we're gonna get the offers, we're not gonna turn them down. I said, bring them
Yeah,
on. Let's go. And
definitely.
I'm excited. There's a really good one in July that everybody needs to know about. It's ran by the man with this guy, okay? Pool Party
Okay.
Palooza. It's called Pool Party
Oh yeah,
Palooza.
yeah, Pool Party Palooza. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes. That's gonna be a hell of a show. It's two
And where is that
nights. I
at
mean,
again? I just learned
I've
so a friend of mine he was actually one of my first guests and he was talking about this. He was there I think last year and
right.
he had a pretty funny story to tell, but um yeah, that's when I was introduced to Pool Party Palooza.
Yeah, it's in Findlay,
Finley.
Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody wants to go on my pages or anything, I'll have a lot of us actually have the link on our pages. There's a lot of bands. I
Okay.
don't know, at least 30,
I
almost
mean,
30
is it more
bands.
than one day?
2 days.
It's 2 days, so a bunch of bands, music, the pool,
Yes.
obviously,
Camping.
so
Yeah, you can camp,
okay,
so
sweet.
obviously there is going to be I'm already gonna put this out there. There's probably gonna be some stories after this one. I mean, I don't know.
Probably.
I can't quite put my finger on who or anything like that. I mean, but yeah, I could definitely feel it. It's gonna be a good time
Yeah.
for real.
As long as everybody stays safe and has a good time, that's what it's all about, and,
Yes.
support the music,
Yeah, absolutely.
and it's outside, I
Yeah,
mean,
in the
for
middle of
Ohio,
July.
we have to celebrate as much as we can in the summer because we only have, like, what, 6 weeks of summer, it seems like?
Feels like, yeah,
The
something
rest of
like
the
that.
time is typically, fall, and then winter lasts for about 6 months, so,
Yeah, 6, 7 months. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, I know.
So,
I love it.
with the name X Factor One, are you aware of anything that went into behind coming up with the name for the band as X Factor One? And I do
Mm,
like how it's written out. You've got, capital X Factor and then the number one.
right. Well, it's also kind of makes it tough to put it online because when you type in X Factor, it's like they put in the X Factor like that show. It's so funny. Like people are like,
Yeah.
I can't find your stuff. I just find Simon Cowell and all that. I'm like, oh, yeah. But I'm I'm not really sure of the relevance of it, but I know
Mhm.
that I believe the band that they changed their name. It used to be Super Freak, and
Okay.
then I think a few members had changed, and now it became X Factor One, and it's been like that since 2006. And
So it was
with
X
X,
Factor One since 2006.
yes,
Okay.
yeah, and Mr. Q, Mr. Ricky Wolf, uh, the founder and lead vocalist, has really he's come a long way. The man has come a long way, and it shows that he still has it. I mean, it looked like he dropped like 25 years when he was on stage a few weeks ago. It was
Oh,
amazing.
really?
The
Okay.
smile
Well,
on his
ask him what is he doing to get that effect, and can he
I,
share?
absolutely, I'm sure he will. Because I like what he said before. We just had rehearsal on Sunday, and he said with the group that we have now, he's like, I just feel like it's really melding together, and I couldn't agree with him more. Um, Sean, we have Sean on lead guitar, great guy.
Okay.
Um, very, very technical, knows his guitars, knows tech. Um, will comment and will congratulate you on a very rare occasion, but take it when you can. And we also have V, our new bassist. Uh, that was a big thing with the Sunday show too. That guy's energy. I kind of felt the vibe from him, like, and he was right next to me. I'm like, man, this all right, okay. I was like, yeah, this guy's going hard too. Let's get it. So his attitude and everything just kind of added to it. And then of course we got Dave on sticks. Dave,
Okay.
what he's I call him LA Dave because he's from LA, and the man knows his drums. Got a sweet set, and he's gonna start doing I guess backup vocals as well. So, which is pretty cool. Um,
Nice.
I don't know, just with
So,
this group of guys, it just feels like we get together, I don't know, it feels like right. Like when we get together, we do like we rehearse like maybe once a month, you know, and it hit a show just like that, knock it out of the park. I
how
mean,
did you come to join the band?
okay,
And how
this
did
is
you fit it in with the 50 other bands that you have been a part of?
well, right now I'm really focused on X Factor 1. At one point, yes, I was in three different bands at once, and that was a lot to handle. Um, so with that being said, I, reluctantly had to step away from the two, letting one kind of do their thing right now and get some exposure, and the other one, they know who they are. We'll be talking soon. Things have calmed down, so we're in touch right now. We're in talks. So that one I'm really looking forward to. And I mean, a hint is they're actually playing at the Pool Party Palooza too.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, oh yeah. So who knows what could happen? But um, let's see. Last year, March, March 1st, I was in a bad car accident. Uh, I was driving, minding my own business, going down 77, doing the speed limit, and this car came out of nowhere and hit me from behind doing like about 90 miles an hour
Oh my
and
God.
hit my SUV. I flipped. I spun out. I was going southbound and I ended up in the northbound guardrail. And I literally thought that that was it for me. I mean, if anything, it if it happened, I would have I would have been at peace with it because I was sober. I was, you know, I made amends with my dad. I made, things were going well in my life. So when I seen this happen, I like looked out my side of like the window and I could literally touch the road like with my finger. Like
Wow.
it was there. And I'm just like, and I just closed my eyes and I just took a deep breath and I just said, okay. And I did that. And like 5 seconds later, I opened my eyes and I just seen like smoke and dust. I'm like, I'm alive. Oh my gosh. And then my next thought was, where am I? Am I in the middle of the freeway? Is there a truck coming? So like I kicked my door open and got out and some kid had seen it. And he was like, "Holy shit, dude, you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I said, "Where the is the dude that hit me? Where is he? I gotta, yeah, he's like,
Hmm.
dude, they're laying over there." And I looked down the other side of the freeway and there's a car like upside down smoking. I'm like,
Oh man.
well, dude, we gotta go see if they're okay. He's like, I ain't going over there. I was like, all right, I guess I'll go check it out. So I ran over there, and before I got to the car, I'm like, oh, I hope that they're not dead. I really hope they're not dead. I'm not. I mean, it's not like it wouldn't be the first time I've seen a dead body, but I don't want to. But I heard like, help me. I was like, okay. So I look in there, and there's a girl in there. We end up having to kick her window out, pull her out from her seatbelt, and pull her out of her car and she had a good nasty gash from like the back of her neck, like down her arm. And she was shook up, but she was conscious as well. We pulled her out of there, and we all like kind of like huddled up on the side of the road. None of us had our phones, so we had that kid call the police, and she was taken to the hospital. She was, I guess, let go the next day. They asked me if I wanted an ambulance. I said, nah, no, I think I'm okay. But I believe that was the adrenaline that was going through my system after everything that just happened because the next
Yeah,
day,
that
even
makes
my
sense.
DNA hurt. My DNA hurt so bad the next day. I mean, everything. I was like,
Wow.
oh. And that being said, I tried to go to work. That wasn't a good idea. And so they put me on short-term disability. And I started to feel like, wow, okay, I'm stuck doing nothing. I'm having to see, doctors and go to physical therapy and all this. And like, I
It
feel
just
like
changed your perspective in a
it's
matter of
changed my
seconds.
entire life. Like like at that time I couldn't feel like my left arm, my fingers, everything. I lost feeling in all of this. I was scared that I was gonna have to have surgery. Um, I was just questioning what was going to happen next. And I reached out to somebody I haven't talked to in a long time, and we talked about a few things. And he asked me, he's like, "You still playing guitar?" And I said, "No." He said, "Why? Why not? How come you haven't been playing?" I was like, "I've been busy." He's like, "That's no excuse, man." Um, so I thought about that when he said that. He's like, "Well, no, you need to pick that up again and start playing." I was like, "Dude, my arm and stuff." He's like, "Make it work." And so I went to my
Oh,
physical
wow.
therapist and yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
Forget being
mention his
mangled, come
yeah,
on,
yeah,
Marcus.
I'll mention his name in a minute. But yeah, I went to my physical therapist the next day and I'm like, "Hey," like I was like doing the finger exercises and like I had my right hand like this, I could only go like 70%. I'm like, "Is this gonna be it for the rest of my life?" And the doc's like, "Well, no, it can get better. You could get up to like 85 or 90%, but do you have anything at home that you could do to like, work your like arm and your fingers?" I said, "Well, I used to play guitar." She's like, "Perfect. Pick it up, start playing." I was like, "Dang, it's the second person in 2 days. Okay, it's a
All
sign."
right. Yep,
So
that is a sign.
I had like this old like single coil Fender Strat, this had a volume knob on it, and then I had like a little practice amp, and I grabbed the guitar and I just started playing some stuff, that I knew, like some old Marilyn Manson and some like, Rage, stuff like that,
Mhm.
Slipknot. But I could only play for like a minute or two at a time. And first it was disheartening and a little frustrating. But as I gradually started playing more and more, I played for like 2 minutes and then 3 minutes and then five and then 10. And it took about a month where I could actually like put like a strap, like a guitar strap on and then actually sit there and play. So I texted said man. I said, "All right, man, I'm playing again." He's like, "Well, send me something." I was like, "All right." So I had my daughter. She's like, I said, "Here, record this. Make this the best recording ever." Took like 16 times, but uh, we got we got one. I said I don't know what I'm gonna play. I just freestyled something and I sent it to him, and I didn't hear anything for like, oh my gosh, it must have been like 3 hours. And and he finally hit me back and he was like, there he is. He said, "Send me more." And he said, "If you keep doing this, I'm putting you on my guitar pool." I was like, really? So thank you, Jeffrey Nothing, for doing that for me. Dude, you're a, yeah, yeah, inspiration. Sure. Yeah.
Inspiration.
Yeah. But, yeah. And so that happened. And then I don't know. I just started playing more and I was like, all right, I'm getting the feeling of this. And then I had seen on, online that X Factor was looking for a rhythm guitarist. I was like, I'm a rhythm guitarist. 'Cause I think I could be. All right, so I answered the email, and Rick hit me up the next day, sent me his number, texted a little bit, and then I talked to him on the phone, and he, you know, made it brass tacks of what he was looking for, and I said, "Yeah, I could do that. I got that." I got off the phone. I was like, "Oh man, I don't know if I can do all that." So I I know a guy that used to be a drummer in his band, and so I called him. He's like, "You got gear?" I said, "No." He's like, "So, okay, go get your gear." I said, "I don't even know what to get. I haven't played in like 20 years." So he kind of gave me a gist of
Oh,
things, and
really?
yeah, and
Okay.
I got some things, and Sean had sent me some click tracks because in-ear monitors and like play the tracks. I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, I've used those before. I said, I'm thinking to myself, I have never used those before. No. But that being said, they sent me
Was it a
five
new
songs.
concept compared
Yes.
to when you
Yeah.
used
When
to?
I
Okay.
played before, I just that's it. I now know that some artists most bands of like loud shows they have in-ear monitors so they can hear every like a metronome so everybody can stay on
Mhm.
beat, which is very helpful. But back in the day, we didn't use that. But anyways, they sent me five songs. I was like, okay. He's like, you got a month. You can figure these out. They're pretty easy. I was like, okay. So I go to this rehearsal. I'm all amped up for this. I get down there, show up, and I walk into the King of Clubs. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. This is where we rehearse? He's like, yeah, we rehearse here. We do some shows here. I was like,
Sweet.
well, wow, thank you. And he's like, so did you learn all five of them songs? I said, no. He said, no? I said, no, I learned seven of them. I said, I did some research, man, found a couple more. And Uh, that from there, I did that rehearsal, and the next day I got a call and said I was in. and it's just been a pretty cool ride since then, you know?
That's
It's
super awesome.
yeah,
Well,
it's
you've
been
definitely
great.
overcome a lot just, physically, but I'm sure that, mentally was very hard also to go through.
Yeah,
Um,
'cause on top of that, I lost my dad too, like
oh, I'm
that
sorry to hear
last
that.
June. Yeah, thanks. So yeah, it was just like the accident, then my dad,
Hmm.
and then that was in June, and then come July is when this happened. I was like, oh man, there may be a silver lining in all this. My year may not be, for naught. And it's been, like I said, a wild ride, but I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that it had been almost 20 years since you played guitar. What got
Mhm.
you into guitar initially? What attracted you to it?
Well, okay. My first, let's see, I think it was a concert that I went to. I was asked by my buddy, um, he's like, hey, my mom's taking me to this concert. We're like eighth grade. I was like, a concert? He's like, yeah, I do like rock and roll and stuff. He's like, we should go. I was like, okay, cool. So, plus I thought his mom was pretty cute. So we go to the show and it's Pantera, White Zombie, and Nine Inch Nails. And I
Oh,
was just like,
sweet.
yeah.
Super cool
And
mom.
yeah, oh yeah, right. I was like, this was awesome. And then at that show, I bought the Further Down the Spiral CD. Or the Downward Spiral CD, the Nine Inch Nails one, and then I had Vulgar Display of Power, and
Oh,
then the White Zombie, Astro Creep,
nice.
and then after I saw that show, I started seeing it on TV, and I started like listening to it on the radio. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And then the biggest thing that really got me to doing this was I got to thank Columbia House Records for their penny CDs back in
Oh
the
my
day.
God. God bless Columbia House. We all still
Yeah,
owe them money.
Columbia House. Yeah, oh man, yeah, they'll never catch me.
Yeah.
Anyways, the penny CD that I got from them was Corn, their very first Corn CD.
Okay.
That right there, when I heard that and I saw their videos, like how their style, what they played, how they did everything like that, I was sold. I was like,
It's
I want to be
definitely
like
very
that.
different than what we had heard, especially,
Yes.
if you were into the 80s hair metal and then, even
Hmm.
grunge. I mean, it kinda combined both.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. When I heard that, I was just like,
It
I'm like,
definitely,
Bobby,
yeah,
you
it
hear this stuff?
blew,
This is
yeah.
crazy.
I remember we would go to the Alrosa all the time, with a band that would always play there, and, they were always jamming out to Korn when, we doing the pre-show, I remember, and
Yeah.
everybody thought it was so cool and, just everybody wanted to, get the dreads like Head had and,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
wearing the long dickies and all that stuff, so it was definitely ushered in a total new style for
Oh yeah.
metalhead.
I was wearing Adidas. I
Oh,
had my
yeah,
hair braided. Oh yeah,
Adidas for
man.
sure, yep.
I put duct tape on my guitar, to keep it on there, I mean, just like them. I watched their video, like they made this video called Who Then Now Bitches. I watched it every day after school. I was like, man, I want to be like that when I grow up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, plus
yeah,
they came out of, let's see,
Bakersfield, California.
right, Bakersfield. So, again, for kids from Ohio, that seemed like a super super cool destination. Anything outside of
And since
Ohio
then, like that's probably one of the bands I've seen the
seemed like it
most.
had to be
Yeah,
better.
yeah, right. Yeah, I know. I'm like, man, do I have to go to California to be a musician? No, hope not. And so it turns out you don't have to. It's Ohio's got a pretty good music following here, especially with metal, which is great. From
Yes, we
Cleveland to
do, and
Columbus.
I am definitely very blessed to be able to meet cool musicians such as yourself and, all the ones that I've talked to so far and that I will be meeting with. It's, it's really awesome to get to know what Ohio has and get the word out there because I feel like, that, the rock and metal scene is alive, but I think it
Yes,
definitely deserves some more attention and recognition.
absolutely, for sure.
So, that's what I'm here for.
Heck yeah,
So,
I mean, I envy you. You got a good job for sure. This part, whenever you do this part thing, this is awesome.
this is my side gig. I have a full-time job, during the day, And actually, I'm making a big, huge transition in my life as we speak, and it's all good. I'm super excited.
Hell
But
yeah.
the creative side of having this podcast has, kind of opened the doors for me and just led me into a different path that I feel super blessed and um, very excited to do.
Hell yeah. That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
See, I like
I
that.
plan to be attending more shows and having some freedom in that lane.
I do it all the time. Like I can't wait. Like, okay, like this Thursday, Victims, like one of my favorite bands, Meredith, Johnny, and Mikey. Oh yeah, these guys are great. Love these guys. They're playing down there at the Foundry Thursday with, Unsettled and a couple other bands. And
Okay.
and
Yeah, so
I
when
met
is
these guys
when is that? When is that show?
this Thursday at the
This
Foundry.
Thursday. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to
And
see some clips of that because, you mentioned that you know the dude from Unsettled who I'll be
yeah,
talking with next week.
Alex
And,
and Dan and Trent and yeah, all
okay,
those guys.
sweet.
Yeah.
And they're, obviously they're out of Ohio here. Found them checking out a show that's coming up here, in town. So I can't wait to get to talk to them too. Do you have any crazy stories that I can,
Yeah, they suck.
him about? They what?
They suck.
I don't think I'm gonna tell him that.
Oh no, don't worry about it. They already know. No, I'm telling you, like the stuff that they write on Facebook about each other, I can't, man. I mean, I even get involved in it too. Just the videos, it's I lose it, man. It's hilarious. I was just talking to Alex on my way home from work today, and like I was telling him, like, because they're gonna be playing that pre-party for the Incarceration Festival. And I was telling him, I was like, dude, I think I'm gonna meet Bad Omens. He's like, I would sacrifice Dan to watch to meet Bad Omens. I want to meet Noah that bad. I was like, okay, man, I'll see what I can do. It's like, oh, poor Dan. He's like, he's just a drummer. It's cool.
Yeah, not a big deal, right?
No, but it's kind of cool. Like I like going to shows like up here, like in the Cleveland area, to like the Foundry or the Mercury Lounge,
Right.
wherever, and catch the bands, that I like. I mean, whatever, the underground scene is where it's at. And I
Definitely.
like I get to meet all of them, I do my best to try and buy merch from like everybody and try to get to meet everybody, kind of catch like where they're from and like catch their music and what inspires them to write what they do because I got stuff up here that I can't wait to put out here for real. There's gonna be there's a lot of gears moving right now as far as X Factor, even us, we're actually going to be working on new stuff soon as well, and
Well,
I can't
seeing
wait.
seeing how your energy has come through, while we've been planning to get you on here, I totally believe you 100%. Where do you get your energy from? Have you always been very energetic? Is this something that, just came about, recently, or what is it?
I've
What gets you excited and pumped up?
I'd have to say, I guess my life, I mean, everybody that knows me normally knows me because of my smile. Like I smile, like I kid around a lot, I joke a lot, and I get it from my dad. My dad smiled a lot too, and he was also, he was known as a very happy person and very knowledgeable. Um, you know, serious when he needed to be, like myself, but treat life as it is and treat it like you're about to witness the best possible moment. And with music, it's always been a huge passion of mine. I always, from growing up being little, listening to Billy Joel and John Denver and all that stuff, 'cause
And
yeah,
John,
oh yeah, I'm going way back, CCR, one of my
oh
favorites.
yeah, CCR's cool.
Yes. Yes. And I don't
Yeah,
know,
I
just
was gonna ask you too, like, what are some of your musical influences? I mean, obviously, it sounds like Pantera and Nine Inch Nails kind of got the ball rolling for you with that, but, you know
both. Another one, before I was in a band that we actually got to open for Slayer in Lamb of God. And it
Oh,
was
really?
them, Children of Bodom, Nine Eyes Bleed, and Mastodon. It was up
Oh,
there
damn.
it was at the Tower City Amphitheater,
Okay,
way back in like 2006. Yeah,
okay.
June 6th,
Isn't it
2006.
crazy when I mean, to say that, God, it seems like we should only be talking like maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
And
ay, ay, ay.
yeah, I know. I was just a 26-year-old something, just, let out to the world. And actually in that band I was playing bass. And
Oh,
but I didn't
really?
care. I mean, yeah.
Do
I
you play anything else besides, bass and guitar?
uh I'm working on piano. That'd be pretty cool. I got an EDK,
Okay.
like an electronic drum kit.
Okay.
I do my best to keep a beat, but I don't know. I've upped my gear a little bit to get like I got a 7 string now because I mean that's usually what every metal band is using now, sometimes 8. But
Alright.
just getting different sounds and all that. But I don't know. I'd like to learn more on piano. I would like to learn. Took my daughter to the zoo and they were doing like music like lessons. They had a cello there, so I was like, they're like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm playing music." But I mean, just get different sounds and try to change it up, and it's it's something I've always wanted to do, to get my what I have up here out to the world, like my feelings, emotions, experiences, um, uh, wishful, hopeful experiences, something to put out there and have everybody else listen to. And it's coming from the heart, from the mind and the soul.
So with X Factor 1, what do you want to be able to contribute as you guys, gel together further, do more shows?
Um, Definitely, I mean, what I like about X Factor is they're they're a household name down, Central Ohio. I mean, they've done a lot. They've done things I could only dream of doing. They played Rock on the Range a few times. They've played at the Whiskey A Go
I
Go.
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, they have done some huge shows, you
Mhm.
know. And I always tell Rick, I'm like, man, I want to be like you when I grow up. He's like, man, whatever. I was like, but for real though, to get the opportunity to play with, to perform with the guys such as Rick and the Shawns and Dave, it's a great experience. And I want to contribute whatever I can. And I was told once if I could pull my weight in this band, that I would be able to like, offer some ideas at the table. And I feel like I'm like that close. Just just right there. And to do it with these guys would be great. We work so well together and we know what it takes to do things like this. So it's like
Mhm.
I went from having like nothing, not even being involved in it, to being all the way in it, you know? Now, I wish I could take it back and do this 20 years ago when I was actually pushing to be, to work and make this like a career, because back then, I mean, I was in 4 or 5 different bands before I was
Yeah, so what
actually,
happened when, because you said it was been, like, 20 years since you had picked up a guitar. I mean, what happened for you to, put the guitar down for that long,
um, well, I, our
other
singer,
than
I was in,
life?
yeah, life gets in the way, but, I was in a band. It was actually from the Ashland Mansfield area.
Oh, who was
We
it?
we were called First Degree Murder.
First Degree Murder.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that. Like,
Yes.
what time frame are we talking about, like, 20 years ago?
Yes. 2000, I'd say about 2004 to 2006. Um,
Okay,
our lead singer was Don Funk. He was in 8 Hour Blink. Um, that was it was like an alternative band. And then there was Corey Bucci, um, and Donald Meadows and myself. And
okay.
these guys, I went to school with them. They were a couple years older than me. Swear, I think Corey and Donnie used to shove my head in the toilet and pick on me, because I was in ninth grade and they were like
Oh, goodness.
seniors and stuff.
And
I
then
well,
then you joined a band with them?
yeah, I moved out there just for like a year or two because I was getting in like my parents had divorced, and so I moved in with my mom and she lived out in Bailey Lakes, and so I had to go to Crestview, and so I went to
Okay,
Crestview High School, and I yes, apparently made an impact in that 1 or 2 years, because then I went back to the Cloverleaf area because that's where I'm from. And I think it was like several years later, I ended up moving to Ashland and I ran into Kenny Gray, and they were playing at Ona Jane's down
okay.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, down there. It was in For All the Week. That was the name of Kenny's band. And then First Degree Murder. I was like, who the hell is that? Then I heard it was like Corey Bucci. I was like, oh, Corey's here? Oh man. The guy used to like fuck with me, and all that when I was a kid. But no,
yeah.
I mean, so I watched him. I was like, yeah, okay. pretty heavy. I was like, cool. And Sean Kraft was their bassist, and he said, "Hey man, this is gonna be like my last show with him because I got hit in the head with a pool stick and I just ain't got no rhythm no more." I was like, "What?"
Really? Was he
Yeah,
serious?
yo, yeah, he's serious, and
Aw.
just, I felt bad. I mean, because he was a hell of a guitar player. I mean, watching him grow up, he was good, but he was playing bass with them. He's like, I just can't anymore, and he's like, do you still play? And at the time, yeah, I did. I was just jamming in my room, hanging out with friends and stuff, playing in the garage, playing like Linkin Park or Tool or whatever. I was like, yeah, I still play. And Corey came up to me. He's like, hey, hey. I was like, what? He's like, you still playing? I said, yeah. He's like, come on, let's go. And I was like, where are we going? He's like, your house. I was like, fuck. All right. So went down to my house and he handed me a guitar. He's like, come on, man, play something. So I started playing a little bit. And he's like, all right, I need you to come out to Shiloh 2 weeks. And you need to learn some of these songs. And so I practiced with them and they left me in the basement for like an hour. They forgot about me. They were sitting up there watching TV. I think they did it on purpose. But
Or
uh
that's what they say.
yeah, I don't
We
we'll
were
never
watching
know. We will
TV.
never know. We'll never know. But they said, all right, man, learn these songs. You got 2 weeks, then we're playing at the Agora. And I was officially in First Degree Murder. And that band, it was amazing because none of us actually really played those instruments. Funk was our singer, was actually a guitarist. Bucci is our guitarist, was actually a singer. Donnie is our drummer, actually played guitar, and I played bass, and I was actually a guitarist. But it all worked. And we started doing shows, there in Mansfield. All of a sudden we were getting invites into Cleveland, and the show with Slayer, that caught us off guard.
Oh, I
Apparently
bet.
we had no idea. We just thought that hardcore marketing just got lucky, got their foot in the door and got us on that tour. Apparently we
Talk
had
about
were
an
and
introduction to metal, like metal
yeah,
501, not 101.
right. Well, here's the thing. I guess we were entered in some contest and we beat out like 80 bands to get that slot. We had no clue. I didn't know. This is back when stay with me now. MySpace was around, remember that?
Yeah,
Tom.
yeah. Tom was everybody's friend, wasn't he? I
Yes,
remember when I
yeah.
joined MySpace and all of a sudden, yeah, there's Tom. I'm like, who is this guy?
I had him as my cover photo. But I guess we had won some contest, beat out all these bands, and we're like, okay, cool, we're playing with Slayer and stuff. They gave us each like 4 VIP passes and stuff. I'm like, this is real. You gotta pay like $100 to come see us. I'm like, this is insane. Um, so we get there that day and we're like, okay, cool. So who's the other opening acts? The locals opening with us. They're like, nobody. It's you guys. And then after us was Thine Eyes Bleed, and then Children of Bodom, and then Mastodon, and then Lamb of God, then Slayer. I'm like, what? There's no other. It's us. They're like, yeah. And one of these roadies that probably picked all the brown M&Ms out of the bag, he's like came up to us. He's like, "Oh, you guys ready?" We're like, "What the? Yeah, Yeah, I'll be right back." And I swear, I went to talk to the Adler brothers and Lamb of God. I said, "Man, I don't know what I'm doing here." They're like, "Dude, just have a good time, man. Have a good time." So we proceeded to get on some Schwinn bicycles. And before the amphitheater was open, we rode around, went to every beer stand and got a beer. I was like, by the time we were on, I was feeling it. I was feeling it. He was right. But man, I was still nervous as hell. There was like 5,000 people there.
How could you
I'm like
not be?
26 years old, 5,000 people. And I'm just like, yeah. And then we get done with our set. They're like, they want you to play more. And Funk looks back behind us. He's like, from the top. So we just played our first song over again. I mean, nobody's gonna know, but that was amazing. And from there, everything was like, it was great. We were on our way to something. We got an invite from uh who is it? Century Media, which is like a branch of Warner Brothers Records. It's just stuff like that. I like doing stuff like that. But
Your show of thousands of people.
yeah, that was great. We were on to
Was
something.
this is at the Agora, right?
No, it was at Tower City Amphitheater.
Tower City. Okay.
Yeah, which is now like portion of that was now Jacob's Pavilion. Yeah, because I mean, the amphitheater, I guess, was like the biggest venue in Cleveland, I think, besides the Wolstein Center or something like that. Yeah, I was like, wow. So, that happened. Century Media got contacted us, wanted us to put together, I guess what they call a press kit, so they wanted to see like, footage from shows. They had somebody fly out from California to talk to us and interviewed us. It was pretty cool. We made a video and I still have the video. So old. Uh, Hey, shout out to my buddy Rob for making it. He was a bartender at Linder's, and I worked at Linder's too in Ashland. And
Oh
so we
yeah,
did our
yeah.
so we did our interview upstairs at the Pry Bar. Yeah, they shut it down for us for the night, and we'd go there. We did our interview and all that. It was amazing. So we did that. Everything was good, and then our singer's mom um passed away. I believe self-inflicted, and that tore him up. And with
Sure.
that being said, uh it he was done with music. He was done. He didn't want to do any of it anymore. And he was like Don was like our found like the backbone of First Degree Murder. Without him, we weren't a band no more. And so we all kind of just said, well, it was a nice run. So everybody else went off and did their own thing, and I did that too. And I
Okay.
did I did the exact opposite of what I should have been doing. So instead of continuing with music and all that, yeah, no, I went out there and caught some felonies. Started doing like drugs, and I think it's because I was pretty upset and depressed that I had my dream right here in my hands and I lost it. It just sifted through my fingers, and I took it the wrong way. I handled it wrong, and for many years, that was my vice. And I would always think about what could have happened, or if
What
what
if?
if.
Man, that
Yeah,
can
like
definitely tear a person apart, just constantly, reliving and, and thinking about the what ifs, and
yeah. And
it's not always the easiest to turn off as people would think.
no, especially when people run into you and they remember like your band and they remember, well, what happened? And like it just opens up
Oh,
that
you have to
wound.
relive that.
Uh-huh. And
Do you think, like, looking back now in retrospect, do you feel like do you still feel like that was your time and you missed that moment, or would you say
um
that it wasn't the right time?
honestly, I don't I how I portray it now is I think if that was the time, I wouldn't have handled it the way I should have. I think right now, like right at this moment, is where I needed to be with this. Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Like I think about it this way. I'll be 45 in September, and I look at, I go to incarceration every year. I go to watch the national acts, and
Mhm.
like Slipknot and like even like Shinedown, Five Finger, all of them,
Were
all
you
of them.
there last year?
Yes, yeah,
Do you
all,
remember seeing me?
yes, I do remember seeing you.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm totally kidding.
no, you weren't there.
Yeah, I was there.
No, I seen your pictures I saw your
Well, you
pictures.
probably saw my pictures, but I was completely joking in the sea of
Oh,
thousands of people.
no, I ran into people I couldn't believe I'd seen. I seen a guy I haven't seen in 20 years there. And I seen Mikey from Piping Within, and I
Oh,
seen
cool.
oh yeah, I met Jose
Oh,
Manji
Jose
yeah,
Mangan?
yeah, Jose Man. I told him too. It was so weird because I was like, this was before I even joined X Factor. I was like, hey, I'm starting to play guitar again. I think I'm gonna be up here one day. He's like, yeah. I said, yeah. He said, all right. I said, I'll talk to you this year. I said, let's see. I'll talk to you again next year and see. I'll let you know what my progress is. And I got a picture with him. He's like, I'd like to hear. Oh, he's gonna hear. So I can't wait to see again this year. Like, Jose, I'm looking for you, bud.
Okay, so if you're viewing this on video, you are going to notice that there's a little bit of a difference here, pretty much because we had to do a reboot. So after our first recording, lost a track somewhere between Mansfield and the audio underworld. Marcus agreed to come back and step back into where we left off. So just know the riffs are still real, the stories are real, The technology might be on probation. But anyways, let's get back into it with She Shreds. All right. But yeah, so the concert photos that I did see from where you guys were at your last show, those were taken by Rob Strowl, who's pretty
Yes,
cool. He does kick-ass photos.
he
Did
does.
have you met him or seen him before, seen any of his work?
Actually, he was at my very first show with X Factor One. Um, we did a show with the Saints of Crew. It was like a Motley Crue tribute band, which was pretty cool. And he was there,
Oh,
and I
cool.
met him, and I found out
Oh
that
yeah, I know
he's
Saints of Crew. Yeah, that's
y-
with
y-
Tim.
yeah. And
Okay.
I found out Rob. What got us talking was is that he's from Mansfield, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, hey man, I used to live there too. You know, so
Yeah.
we got to talking, and then I found out he's a photographer, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I gotta say, like the last show we did with the X Faces, he took some
Mhm.
pretty good. He took some really good photos.
Oh, I know, they're
Like,
kick-ass. I already told him well, no, I didn't tell him in this one. There was a recent one I asked him, it's like, "Is it okay if I use some of the pics that you took as long as I give you credit?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." He's a pretty cool
eh,
guy, so
yeah, for sure, he is. And like the one he got, like I don't know what he uses to edit his pictures, but like the way my guitar looked and how the lights looked and everything, it was awesome. It almost looked
yeah,
like it wasn't real. I was like, wow. I
right, I
mean,
know. The cool thing is that it's not AI, so it's a real person. He was there, he's there enjoying the show and taking the picture, so it's, yeah, definitely human generated, not AI.
he catches me with all my funny faces. It's great. Like the first one he did, I was
That
like,
means he's good at his job.
he's very good at his job for sure. Yeah,
Well, you've got an upcoming show, at the King of Clubs coming up. That's on is it Friday, June 9th or the 19th?
I believe it's the 19th.
Okay. Alright, and who are
Yeah,
you gonna be playing with there?
I believe this one is with Audio Side and a couple other bands. Uh, I think this is one's more or less like it's like a reintroduction into the summer, like to get things going. Um, we also, I think it's with Truck Stop. Have you ever heard of
Truck
these
stop?
guys? Yeah.
No. Tell me about them.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with
Okay.
them.
So I believe that they are from Q's native town of Cambridge, Ohio. And
Okay.
so what's going on is we're playing with them at the King of Clubs on the 19th, and then we're actually turning around and going down to where they're at in Parkersburg, West Virginia, and playing on the 20th. And
Okay.
this is gonna be a lot of fun. I caught them. They're on a lot of all the streaming platforms. I caught them on there. I was like, man, yeah, these guys definitely sound like they need to jam with us. And Rick said they're a good time. They're a good group of guys. So I'm looking forward to meeting them and sharing the stage with them.
Alright, cool.
And
And
especially my
then
guys on the audio side too. I love those guys.
then you've got Rockfest coming up,
Yes.
and that's Saturday, June 25th,
Yes. We
and
are,
it looks like the admission to that is free.
yes, it is a free show. And
Cool.
doing that, and you know what? Doing a free show, it's like you don't really hear that very often. It's not very often we get to do things like that, but it's more than just making money to us, you know. I mean, for every musician kind of feels the same. I mean, there is overhead and bills you have to pay, but every once in a while, kick us back one. It's what America's all about.
Yeah,
And
definitely. Not
and I'll still
everybody, is able to start at the top, so
exactly. And I'll still put in the same amount of energy as if I was, if it was like someone paying for a ticket. It's just I don't know. I just like I enjoy I
but I
think
think that it's pretty cool, even around here, admission and in Columbus, the most you pay, for hearing, local bands is like $10, $15, and,
yep.
I know that for the most part, it's not like, the musicians are trying to make a whole lot of money, but at least it's something, to just show some appreciation.
Right. And it definitely I'm like and especially like with touring bands, I mean there's expenses. There's gotta be, food, lodging, gas. I mean,
Oh
especially
my
with
god,
gas
yeah, can
now.
you imagine what gas is right now with, guys
Uh
that are on a touring van or a bus?
yeah, I mean, and did you see some of those stories like my guys Exit Wounds and like a couple other bands, their like stuff broke down. And so like, they're like stuck and like it's like, you gotta make some type of money.
Right.
in order to, keep going and doing tours, doing shows. I mean, you got to do a lot to make something, and I guess what we do, just the smaller things. I guess it is nice to give back and not have to worry as much about that. Although I would love to go on tour, I really would.
What would that look like for you? How do you think
Man,
that would change things for you if, X Factor went on tour?
well, I mean, I would do my best to try and gain some more fans, honestly, and I think a little bit more exposure would be great. And I gotta say, Rob did say he's noticed, like, since he's come to all of our shows, like, since I've joined, I've seen him at almost all of our shows, the King of Clubs. He said every time I go, there's more and more people showing up. And I said, that's awesome. It's a good feeling. And I noticed it too. I'm like, wow, there's less spaces out there, and people are having a good time. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better. So, and the closest thing I can get to like touring now is festivals, and summer's getting ramped up, and
Yeah, definitely
there,
festival season.
yes, and there is a huge festival coming up in July that I can't wait to play. And
Yeah.
who knows, whatever, it's going to be a great time. And camping, I mean, it's like all of us getting together, doing what we love, for a weekend, and just like kind of kicking back and relaxing and having fun at the same time and working, multitasking, but enjoying it.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
it that's if it feels like a job to you.
Eh, I guess no, I think rehearsals and
There's a
practices
lot of
feel more
prep
like
that goes into it, so it's not like it's just
yeah,
show up and
it's
everything works out.
yeah, because I mean, you never know what's gonna happen because it's live. You can't predict the future. All you can do is practice like as much as you can in order to keep it the way you want it to go. But that never happens either. There's always gonna be, sound problems or like,
Oh,
equipment
yeah.
problems or, unruly fans or something like that. I mean, something's always gonna happen, but you know what? That's what makes it memorable. Whether it's a good memory or a bad memory, you're gonna remember it.
Right. Oh, God, just made me think back to some stories I've already heard. So, yeah, we'll
Oh
see.
man.
I guess I'll just have to hear from you because I won't be able to make it to that festival, but,
Mm.
I'll have to hear from you and a few other guys what goes down at, Pool Party Palooza for 2026.
Yeah, I mean,
I wanna hear, yeah, the nitty-gritty shit that
oh,
happens.
I already know there's gonna be some shit. I already know. Yeah, they're already making T-shirts for this thing. I was like, "Man, really?" They're expecting like 1,000 plus people.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, and they started this, they said several years ago, it was like a couple hundred, and it's getting some
Oh, it's
traction,
growing
which is
fast. It's
awesome.
just kinda
Ye
catching on. Cool.
yeah, Ig better watch out. Yeah.
What else
And,
do you guys have for, the rest of 2026?
let me see, I think I know that we have something going on, I believe in August, but I know October, I think it's the 10th. I think we were playing with the Texas Hippie Coalition. That's gonna
Okay.
be that'll be an interesting show. And then we have a Halloween show that I'm not allowed to say anything about yet, but we're playing.
Oh,
Yeah. I
okay.
mean,
Not even a
I
hint?
mm, well, I guess I've told a couple people and they're like, "No way, really?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a good Halloween show."
Gonna be a
Yeah,
banger?
a banger. Yeah, I guess that's what the kids would call it. It would be bussin'. Definitely bussin'. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, sweet.
And then I think there's another one. I think, as far as I know, I think we're also doing one in December for Toys for Tots. We're doing like a tour drive. So
Alright.
the thing is, it's so crazy. Like, shows pop up. He's just like, guys interested in doing this? I never say no. Nah, not worth it. I always say yes. I'm like, yeah, schedule's clear. Let's do this. You know, some we can, some we can't, but it's always an opportunity. Another opportunity to get on stage is what I'm looking for.
Each one has its own opportunity, and you never know what will develop from that.
Yeah. I mean, on top of all that, going to shows as well. I mean, I live up in Northeast Ohio, so like I go to Cleveland a lot. I work up here and I like going to the Mercury Lounge. I like going to the Foundry and I like seeing bands that, I'm making new friends, and it's fun. And the more we get to hang out with each other, get to know each other, like we should do some work
One big
together.
family.
Yeah, yeah. Like I got some plans to work with a guy well, he's based out of Florida, plays in a Chicago band, and we're gonna work together. It's amazing what technology can do nowadays. So, like I
For sure.
showed you those videos, that's just how I do things. I just if I hear a beat, I try and put something to it, and then kind of build off of that. And what I'm looking for is a human that can do those beats. But I
How
think if I
often, like Marcus, how often do you find yourself actually um, putting together new music?
it comes in waves. I mean, it's like one week I could work on it 3, 4 days, a couple hours at a time, sometimes maybe 3 hours at a time. Then there's another week when work's busy or life's busy and like I can't really do as much as I want. Um, so what I do is I try to prioritize the time for it because I remember what it took for me to get where I am today, and it was dedication to practice every day. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, just with one song, do
Right.
it.
Yeah.
You have to keep the dedication, you have to keep the consistency because if not, you're gonna fall off, and it's never good when you do that.
Mhm.
Um, so with playing an X Factor, I run through those because nobody's perfect. You can mess up, and you can, you play live shows. You, you got to play it like the back of your hand, which I'm getting there. But as far as like new stuff, that's why I record it because who knows when I'll be able to get back to it. But I do have a couple that I really would like to get out there, like complete songs. So I think it'll be happening soon. I don't know when, but I think it'll be soon.
Is there anybody in particular that you're looking forward to seeing live?
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to going to Ink this year. Um,
Okay.
I love going to Ink 'cause it's like my 5th year, I think. Um, I'm gonna go VIP all 3 days. Got to. I do it for the bathrooms, straight up.
That's what everybody tells me. They're like, "Man, it's awesome for the bathrooms."
Yes,
So,
it
I guess
is.
that if you're drinking a lot or if you're just, you have to go
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot no
for
matter
real.
what the reason, but
I mean, the thing is, I mean, that's literally all I really get it for because other than that, down in the pit, because I love being up close, getting right up front. And my daughter comes with me every year, and so we go up there, we get drinks and stuff, use the restroom, and then we're down in that pit. Like last year for Slipknot, we were in it when it was pouring rain. And we were right up front. It was amazing. She got some good
yeah.
pictures and videos. I did too. And it was something we'll never forget. And I'm trying to do the same thing this year. And this year, I'm hoping to get maybe a little bit more access. You know, maybe meet
Okay.
some more. Being,
Well, you met
I'd like
Jose
to.
last year, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I
Okay.
wrote him. I said, I'll see you again this year. And he said, awesome. It took him like a month to write back. I'll take awesome. I'll take anything. He could have said hi. And I would have been like, you
Yeah.
know?
Thank you so much for the email. I'll be sure to reach out in 12 to
Yeah,
24 hours
right.
and get a canned
Exactly.
response.
Right. So that and I'm looking forward to meet the guys in Vicar Blood. Dan in
Oh,
them.
yeah. Yeah, Dan's
Yeah.
awesome. Have you seen them play up there at Mercury Lounge?
No, I had something else going on that night and I wanted to go, but I wasn't able to make it. But I
Okay.
listened to
I
their
haven't seen
music.
them play live yet either, but I will at Ink. And they got
Yes.
that time release, so they're super
Yeah.
excited.
I'm looking forward to it. And it's funny because I know a guy I usually jam with up in Canton and Dan's like, That's where I'm from. I was like, oh no way.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
yeah, it's a small world.
yeah.
So
So maybe, yeah, I'll have to put out like a text message, a group text message or something so I can meet everybody at Ink. We like have a meetup spot or something like that.
yeah, that would be cool.
Because there's quite a few of people I've had on my show that are planning to go to Ink.
Oh, yeah, and I'm gonna, I guess, attempt to go to the pre-party Thursday, and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, because my
Downtown?
friends
Yeah.
Alex and Trent and all them and Unsettled, I believe they're
That's right,
playing
that's
that.
right. Yeah, you turned me on to Unsettled, and that's who I just talked to those guys last week.
Yeah, You
will
know?
be there. Oh my
Yeah,
god, they are crazy. I was like,
that's
what do
that's
you
a
want your fans to walk away with when they when they hear your music?"
dude, I lose it, man. I don't
And
know. These
Trent was
guys
like,
rip on each other. Oh my
"I
gosh.
want them just to know that we suck."
Yes. They make the shittiest music out there. I gotta hand
Yeah,
it to
that
them.
that we have
I
shitty
mean,
music, and Alex said he wants people to throw things at him, even beer bottles or whatever. I said, "Well, what are you gonna do with
yeah,
it? Are you gonna take it home and, like, have mementos?" He goes, "No, I'm gonna eat it."
yeah, yeah. He said, man, you gotta get in shape. I was like, dude, don't worry, buddy. Run with the shape. Don't worry. You're gonna be all right.
Oh my god. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm definitely gonna, I do plan to go to that too, so I can meet them in person and, give them some
Absolutely.
shit for being a shitty band.
Yes. And then my guys, Victims, they're playing Thursday night too. They're
Okay.
the
I reached out
from
to, yeah, a few of the bands that are coming there, so
yeah,
so far Unsettled is the one that I was able to get on the show.
awesome. Yeah, I talk to those guys on a regular, especially Alex. And I don't know, I try to get as many shows as I can, and when they're playing, I've been to like 3 of their shows, I've only seen them play once. I didn't even get to see Alex play because he called off. Yeah, said he was sick or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he mentioned that too,
Yeah, and I was
and then
there, I
some
got
other
there
dude stepped in.
yeah, I got there on time, I showed up early, I talked to everybody. I was like, "This is when Fat Alex doesn't want to show. This is great." Alright. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
But they're gonna do karaoke Thursday night, I guess. So, I'm
Karaoke? Really?
yeah, metal karaoke. Yeah, I think we'll give that a
Oh,
shot.
well, sweet, okay.
Mhm.
I was just telling my girlfriend the other night that I would love to have, a spot for metal karaoke.
Yeah. So
That would
I
be
guess this
cool.
might be like a test run. We'll
Alright,
see what
so Warehouse
happens.
is going to definitely turn it on. Sweet,
Hey.
okay. Well, it should be a good crowd, and, they have, like, the street, blocked off and all that because it's probably gonna be a pretty big crowd. Everybody's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be psyched, the night before Ink. Oh, yeah.
Mhm. I was telling them, I said, "Guys, just be prepared." I said, "Being at the pre-party is just like being an Ink, man. Just yeah." You already know.
Well, I didn't go to the pre-party last year. It was the first year they had it down at the warehouse. I know that they have one, usually at the campsite, at the
Mhm.
campground. Um,
Yes.
but last year was the first year they did it at warehouse. So this time around, it's probably going to be even bigger. I'm
Oh,
sure,
yeah. It
you
seems
know.
to be getting bigger every year.
Yeah.
And I actually know a band that's playing the campground one too. Their
Who's
name is,
that?
Accuse the Villain.
Accused of
Yeah,
villain?
Accuse the Villain.
Accused
Yeah,
the villain. Okay.
yep,
I like
and I
that name.
believe they're, like, based out of Medina. Um, I had the opportunity to sit down and talk to those guys because I was considering joining their band. I don't know, like I said, this was, several months ago. I was like, "Well, I would have loved to, but man, this 3 is enough at the time." So, but I wish nothing but the best for them guys. They're pretty good. They got a solid thing going on. So,
All right. So they're based out of Medina.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. I'll have to
Mhm.
check them out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to check them out, and then, we were talking about, don't tell me the name of the band. Hold on, let me
Okay.
think.
I won't.
It was, oh my god, it was healthcare related is what jogged my memory. Um, Clinical Trial.
Clinical trial?
Yeah, I gotta check them
Mm,
out too.
yes. And oh, man,
Okay,
I don't know. I guess if I were you, I would look at every band playing at Pool Party Palooza and check all those bands out. And there's like 20
okay.
of them. And every single one of them,
A lot of bands. I don't know if I could get through all of them, but I can definitely take a look.
Intermission. That's a good one.
Okay, I've heard of them
Th-
before.
Those
Yeah, it
guys are
starts with
awesome.
an E?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to jam with those guys too. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Alright.
I love it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
out of all these bands that we're talking about, who would you nominate that I reach out to next for a podcast episode?
For a podcast episode? Man, this is a good one because there's quite a few. Uh, hmm. I like Victims would be a good one. And have you talked to Unhealthy While Unhinged?
No, but I know he was in the video and the song with Unsettled.
Yes. Brandon? Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. He's he's the bassist in that band, and he's
I think that's who subbed in when Alex was sick and couldn't do the show that they had.
yes, it was their singer from them. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was their singer. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
not the
Yeah,
bassist.
no, it wasn't Brandon. Yeah,
Okay.
Brandon's he's a tough guy to catch. I did see him at the Afterlight nightclub though when the Bunny and the Bear were there. Yes. Hey, and Divide the Fall.
Divide the
That's
Fall.
yes. Yeah. I got to catch them last weekend and they were pretty good, honestly, to tell you the truth.
All right.
Yeah. So,
Cool. Thanks for the recommendation. I'm
for
always
sure.
searching for new bands to get on that are new to me and that just need to have some recognition and give a voice to.
Um it's like a superpower I got, I think. I'll listen to a band or whatever and I'll think like, wow, these guys are pretty good. And before I know it, they're playing at Ink or they're like starting to like blow up. It's crazy. Like last year I called like
Yeah.
half the bands that were gonna be there. I'm like, my daughter's like, Dad, how did you know? I said, I don't know. I don't know. But I mean this year I like the underground stuff. I'm always looking forward to it. So I'm looking forward to 156
Yeah.
Silence. That's for sure. Um, those guys, amazing. And Fox Lake, holy crap. It's like Hatebreed on steroids.
Oh,
That's
really?
it. That's
Oh, damn.
seriously. Yeah,
Hatebreed's coming back out.
yes, they are with
So that's pretty cool. Man, it's been a long time since those guys have been heard.
they're doing a show with my friends, the Convalescents.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yes. And Guilt Trip. Guilt Trip's another one that's going to be at Ink this year that I'm looking forward to seeing.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I do
yeah.
have, like, a lot of catching up to do because, I mean, there's always so many bands and, like you said, a lot of the underground, and that's what I'm here for, but for me, it's a learning experience along the way too, so
Same,
that's
same.
how I
I learn. I'm learning every day too.
yeah. Yep. Alright, Marcus, well, before we go, is there anything else that you wanna plug for X Factor 1?
Come to our shows or go to King of Clubs. You're gonna love it down there.
Music's on all platforms, on all streaming
All the
platforms.
platforms. Yes, all the platforms. And I believe we have a video coming out soon from just something put together from the last few shows that we've done.
Oh,
Thanks to
nice.
Dylan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So
Yep.
you'll have some footage and put it to a
Yes.
video? For what song? Do you know yet?
I believe it's Parasite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright. Well, Ohio, you heard it first from Markus Lachendro. I said your name right this time around.
You got it.
Um, and, he's gonna be playing with his band X Factor 1. They're gonna be at the King of Clubs come June 9th, and also coming up on when is it? June 20th at the Rock Fest.
Hmm.
And later this summer at the Pool Party Palooza. So you'll have to check these guys out. They're on all streaming platforms. Well, thank you again for coming back and finishing this part up where some of the track went missing. All right. Well, Ohio, until then, keep it loud.